So as you heard right there, the AC definitely sounded pretty terrible when I kicked it on. I have my theories of what the sound was, but I'm not entirely sure. I gotta open it up and see what we got going on. Now before I get started, I will fully admit I have no idea what I'm doing. I know just enough to get myself into trouble. I have already taken the screws off from the cover here. It's looking pretty rough. And I'm trying not to use this as an excuse to buy a new air conditioner because it does still work. It's just making some noise. I think it's the fan, but I also don't know how to get to it. I don't know if I'm supposed to get to it from the inside or the outside. I have the cover off on the inside, but I still don't see anything in there. So I'm gonna pull this off and see what we got going on. And I'm gonna try and do it carefully because it's already pretty cracked. Okay, so with the cover off, I can definitely see that the fan for the inside would be inside there. There's another fan on this half of the motor for the condenser, and I'm pretty sure it's the fan that's in there. Still got to figure out how to get into it. I'm guessing I got to take some covers off here. So I did find the culprit of the noise, although I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you. It is the squirrel cage blower fan, and it is in this hole back here behind the evaporator. And now I got to figure out how to get to it. I think I got to loosen the evaporator up and slightly move it out of the way to get down in there. But there are no blades left. They're all gone, the entire thing. After opening up the AC and troubleshooting, I ordered some parts, and now we're back at it a couple of weeks later. One of the things I needed to order was a new cover because it was disintegrating. I'm hoping the cover that I ordered fits. The cover came with the trailer and it's 2011, it's now 2026, so the cover's at least, what, like 15 years old. Definitely need to be replaced. It was looking pretty rough. Some of the pieces were breaking off from it. Here's the cover that I ordered. So far I noticed that there's no holes in the back for screws, so I might have to drill some holes back there for it. But hopefully that will fit. So here they are side by side with each other. The holes down the side line up. So that's nice. The ones back here, there were no holes back here on this one. There were on the old one. So I tried to line them up as best I could. Hopefully that worked. Probably didn't, but we'll find out once we get it up there. New one, old one, it was cracked. The top had some cracks in it and stuff like that. I put some turn-up-on tape to get it to last a little bit longer, but around these screw holes, it's all broken and cracked. This one's like completely blown out. And here's the culprit. This is what's left of that squirrel cage fan. Not much left. Kind of disintegrated and fell apart. This is the condenser fan. I went ahead and got a replacement for it just in case. Since I was in there, I can probably hold on to this one. It's still intact, but since I was in there, I wanted to go ahead and replace it at the same time. Here's the replacement fan, or squirrel cage fan, whatever you want to call it. This particular one is 8 inches in diameter. And you might be wondering where all the pieces ended up. Well, here they are, all in the ducting for the interior. Nice bit of a mess. Had to pull the cover down to get to that, but I think we're ready to start putting stuff back together. I did also get some new time delays. I had one on the fan in the past. It stopped working. But what that does is it delays the starting of the fan so that the compressor can kick on first and then the fan. So they're not kicking on at the same time to reduce your load. To get back into the fan back there, I had to loosen the evaporator. There are 4 screws that hold it in, 2 on each side. And then there's a screw holding this line in place. Remove that. There was some, I don't know, goop. This stuff, it was really dry and cracked. but that was in there. That had to come out. It's really hard. Let's see if I can replace that with something. Then there's a shroud on the inside. That had to come off. And then I was able to get to what remained of the fan. So before I close it all back up inside and put the cover back on, I should probably test it to make sure everything works properly. So I have the trailer plugged in. We'll go ahead and turn it on. There's the fan. See, it's blowing pretty good. Need to adjust the time delay, make sure it's more accurate. Alright, so we got the cover on. All the holes on the side lined up. The front's not so much. The back, I had one that didn't line up, but that was kind of to be expected since I was the one that put those there. But the cover did work, it fits. And hopefully we'll get another 9 years out of it. I can feel the air coming out of the evaporator. It's got a ton of air coming out back here, so that's good. And on the inside here, we got it put back together. And it is blowing really well. It is really strong. Time delay is working. I got it set for, I think, around 5 to 10 seconds. Although the delay I used is set in minutes, all the way up to 10 minutes. So you just barely crank it past the baseline to get a few seconds. Otherwise it's going to be way too long. And so I'm hoping I got some decent footage of the repairs that are required for this. In total, I spent about $200 in parts, but the cover itself was like $165 of that. If you just had to replace the two fans, you're looking at about $40 in parts. Far less than replacing the entire air conditioner. I do have Amazon links in the description. Hopefully they're still available and that will help you out just a little bit, give you a place to start. The model number, I'll post a picture of it right here so you know the model number that I'm working on. I think we're just going to wrap up this video right here. That's it for this DIY video. We'll catch you on the next project. See ya.